Hey, this is Dawn from Hilltech. This is part 2 of our International Scout dropped axle. Okay, we're ready to do a little assembly. And I'm going to explain my reasoning for making some choices with positioning of bearings and shims on the end here. So let's get started. So here's our bearings. You're going to need one bearing, one kingpin, one washer, a lipped washer, and a piece of felt here. And along with this comes 4 shims. I don't know if we'll need them, but if we do, I'm going to put them in a position that I think they should be. Whether that's where they're supposed to be or not, we'll see. So there's 2 in here, and our set screw, and our spindle. So this is our spindle, standard early Ford. You're going to end up bolting on a steering arm. Some of them have a casted piece onto them where the steering arm would bolt through that. These are blank smooth early Ford. I'm not sure what years they are, but these are what I chose again. I didn't want that casted hole to put the arm in. So, all right, let's get started. So first off, let's see where we can put that. Let's set it right there. We're going to put this lipped washer. We're going to put this piece of felt. Okay, that's pretty much built. Now the bearing is has a split right here, or this is how they crimp on this outer shell. Now if that were to set up while the car was assembled, I feel dirt, water, junk can get down inside that. So I think this should be facing down, this opening, so the top should be all smooth with no seams. Now that's going to go on the bottom. The weight of the car is going to be against this. And if we do need to shim, I don't really particularly want to put any of the vehicle's weight against this shim. So if we do need to shim, I'm going to slide the shims in on the top. I feel that is the best technique or method for, again, what I'm doing, and this is just my own personal reasoning. So with that said, let's see if we can get this kind of loaded in here. We'll start with this. We will load our bearing, and there is space, so we are going to need, I don't know if you can hear that or see that. Yep. So we're probably gonna end up using both of those shims on this. So let's take this out. See if we can get this bearing out without dropping it. Okay. So the first thing will be, I'm gonna try 2. Okay, I'll put those 2 in. Now let's try slide another bearing in. Okay. I took quite a bit of it out. think I'm going to actually add one more. Here they were. So now we have 3. Okay. Oh, that tightened it up quite a bit. So now let's rotate. Right there is where our set screw needs to be. We'll put a little pressure to compress the felt. Okay. Now, that is assembled. So, looks like the head of this is sticking out a little bit far. Let me get a wrench on that. We might end up we are. I'm going to end up shortening this bolt. It sticks out too far and it hits on the back here. So remove that and I'll be back in a second. Okay, this is how much I took off from the first attempt number 2. Again, we'll hold this down. There we go. Look at that. Okay, feels nice and tight. And that's how I would assemble early Ford spindles onto an aftermarket axle. Next one, or next little piece you'll see is probably painted up and U-bolts on it, and maybe even installed. This is just a quick overview of the assembly of one side, then flipping the axle, and the assembly of the other side. There's still plenty more to do before this axle is installed on the vehicle, and I hope this might help someone in the future with their projects. Thanks again.